ZakPak, he's always there for you. ZakPak, only on YouTube. ZakPak, what will he do next? ZakPak, let's find out, 'cause it's on with the show.
Hey guys, Zach here, coming at you with another video. So this is a topic I've talked about multiple times on my channel, if the Nintendo Switch Online is worth it. And, you know, we've reached a point where now we're over a year. I actually planned on making this video on the 1-year anniversary of the Nintendo Switch Online. But obviously that didn't happen, so I'm doing it now. So basically, the Nintendo Switch Online has had a rough ride. You know, people have been wanting improvements, there have been a lot of issues. And I want to say if I think those issues have been addressed, and then go into if it's now worth it. Have those issues been addressed? Not really. The issues that, at least I personally really see, they haven't really been addressed. The only thing that's been slightly addressed is more games you know, that you can play on the online service, being Super Nintendo games. But I think that it's become bigger than that now. You've held us to a point where it's like we've been waiting almost 3 years for some sort of, you know, retro, you know, Nintendo game playing service, to where we're like, oh, like everyone's been thinking, oh, maybe we'll have GameCube games, we got N64 games. People now want those games. N64 and GameCube, we've reached a point where Super Nintendo games and NES games, everyone's played them, you know, everything, you know, they don't care about those anymore. People don't want, you know, people don't care about playing Super Mario Brothers for the 18 millionth time on a virtual console kind of thing. People want N64 and GameCube games. I get it, N64 has been done as well, but N64 hasn't gotten a classic edition. N64 isn't on the Nintendo Switch. The N64 isn't on the 3DS, and, you know, it's barely on the Wii U. You know, it's barely even on the Wii. You know, it isn't as expansive as the NES and the Super Nintendo are. So, well, I mean, Super Nintendo, not really on the Switch, but you get the point. We've reached a point where it's like, people want better quality games on their on their best quality system. And the thing that makes people want it most is that this is a handheld system. It's a portable system. You can take this anywhere you go. You know, like, I can, you know, just imagine playing Mario Party, you know, bringing a Nintendo Switch, and then each Joy-Con being able to be used as a controller. Imagine bringing this to a party. Yo, guys, let's play Mario Party 2. Screw Super Mario Party. People would come around to play Mario Party 2, or 6, or 3, or whatever. You know, and Luigi's Mansion. You know, people on my channel would like this. You know, being able to play Luigi's Mansion, even if it was just the original game, right? No massive improvements, no, you know, no up-resing, or maybe a little bit of up-resing, but not like super different, not like as many changes to the remake on the 3DS, it's just traditional Luigi's Mansion. People would still love it, because they are able to play those experiences out on the go. And people are like, oh, they don't know if it's possible. BS. Like I said, N64 games have been on Wii's Virtual Console. And that was back in 2007 or 8 or 9, you know? Like, it's completely possible. Don't say it's not, because it is. It's completely possible. But, for some reason, they're not doing it. Nintendo is just not doing it. I can't say for the devils why, you know, I can't say why. Because Nintendo, they just, I don't know if they don't like money. Well, they do, because they're asking $20 for the service that's not, you know, any different than it was before they started asking money for it. But, you know, for getting the retro systems out of the way now, it's like, what's the point of, you know, of taking away games that we were able to play in the past on your console's virtual console, just so that you can put it in a service that you need to buy an online account for? Like, it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me. Alright, so now we got that out of the way, let's get into the main component of the Nintendo Switch Online, the online play. And it's abysmal. It's not great. I tried to play Splatoon 2 online for the first time in a while. I was really in the mood for Splatoon. I was like, you know, I really want to play Splatoon today. And, you know, it's not, my online was working fine. My phone was connected. My laptop was connected. Yeah, even my Switch was connected. You know, everything was working fine. But the servers were down. You know, I'm just like, oh, the one time I go back and play Splatoon 2, I can't because the servers are down. And Salmon Run was open. You know, they told me, oh, you can play Salmon Run. I'm like, yes, I'm playing it at a time where Salmon Run's open. Great. Couldn't connect. It's like, why are we being charged money for a service that every single time I use it, there's always something unreliable going on? Whether it be disconnections, or it's not being able to connect in general. It's crazy. The lag in games, like, oh my lord, I don't get why people have to pay for this experience. Now I get it. It's also on Xbox One and PS4. Lag, you know, it happens. But nowhere near as often as it happens on Nintendo Switch. Nowhere near as often. You know, like, I can't even, like, it's like, I can't play games often anymore. I really can't. You know, my schedule's too busy. You know, I got classes, tests, I'm gonna try and find work, you know? There's so much going on to where gaming is more so of a rare pastime for me nowadays. You know, when I play Luigi's Mansion 3, that's gonna be the most I'm able to sit down and play a game for a while. I mean, I played Man Benin for a while, like 3 playthroughs, but either way, you know? I really, really want to like the online, but when there's so much lag issues, when I want to watch people play Nintendo Switch Online, and they can't. Dashy Games wanted to play Super Mario Party online with his viewers once, and he had to stop because of the lag. Like, there's gotta be a better way to set up Nintendo Switch Online, and you could say, oh, it's so cheap. It's only $20 a year. Well, think about it, right? At one point, there were 10 million Nintendo Switch users that had Nintendo Switch Online. Whether there's more or less at this point is irrelevant. So, let's say each of them got the year service. So, $20 a year. 20 times 10 million, if I'm not mistaken, is $200 million. If you're going to tell me that Nintendo isn't going to make their service better because they're not, oh, they're only asking $20 a year, they pocketed $20 million. Now, obviously, some of that had to go to servers and all that, whatever, but still, $20 million. Do you think that that's not enough to fix the problems they have? Think about it. And then let's talk about the things that are completely necessary for change. First of all, cloud saves. First of all, cloud saves should be free. I'm sorry. For a system like this, it's one thing on the Xbox One and PS4 where they're home all the time. This is a portable console hybrid. It will be way easier to break this system, especially when your Joy-Cons can do this. Wait, hold on. When they can do this, ready? Like, you can just hit them off. I've reached that point with my Joy-Cons where I don't even need to hit the button. I can just be like, oh, I don't want the left Joy-Con. Let me just pull that off. Nintendo's hardware, the system says bricked. The drift on things, especially with Switch Lite. It's like your hardware isn't exactly the most reliable at the moment. Let's just say that. Let's put it in those terms. So, cloud saves should be mandatory for all systems for free. Like, if your systems are that unreliable, yikes. Like, real yikes. But also, the games that support the online really don't support it to its fullest extent. Like, Mario Party, for instance. Only 10 select minigames of the 80. Wow, I messed that one up. Out of the 80 minigames that the game has, and not to mention, the party boards. The partner party boards. The river survival mode. The rhythm minigames are so many options for online play. But they don't utilize it. They don't do anything. 10 select minigames? That's it? That's really all you're going to offer for Mario Party's first online appearance. You're really just going to have 10 minigames be playable. Only 10. Out of 80. Out of every single mode in the game. Pathetic. Let's talk about Super Mario Maker 2. Before fan outcry, you weren't able to play with your friends. Like, I'm sorry? Like, what? Did I hear that right? I mean, you could build levels with your friends, but playing them? No! Who would want to play levels with their friends? Who? Huh? Who would want to do that? It wasn't until there was a huge outcry that Nintendo were like, alright, we'll have you be able to play with friends. So it's possible. That's the thing. People are like, oh, it'll affect the leaderboards, whatever, it's excusable. But they show that it's possible to make these changes. So, there's no instance where anything is excusable. Salmon Run. You're only able to play Salmon Run in Splatoon 2 at certain times. Why? Why is that a thing? That shouldn't be a thing. You should be able to play Salmon Run whenever you want. You know, and it's reliant on, you know, Nintendo setting times. So what happens when Nintendo drops that support? Will Salmon Run just go away? That'd be pretty pathetic. You know, or what happens, you know, when you can't play it online? Will you still be able to play couch co-op? But at the same time, if there's no thing to put it up saying these are the hours it's available, will it ever be available again? Or will it, like I said, will it be available at all times? So it's one of those things which, like, Nintendo's structuring their online service to be like, you know, like I've said this example before. Let's take Call of Duty Black Ops, right? The first one, because that's the one I'm familiar with. Call of Duty Black Ops 1. You cannot play the Zombies mode whenever you want, right? Imagine that. Imagine if you couldn't play the Zombies mode in Call of Duty whenever you wanted. It was restricted to certain times whenever the game felt like allowing you to play that mode for the sake of immersion. Like, oh, they are hiring. You can go and apply for a job. What's the bloody point of that? Like, it's stupid. It's absolutely stupid that they set it up this way. You know, like, a more simple way of doing it, you know, they say, oh, it's so immersive, you know, you go and apply for a job and you get it. So I apply for the same job every single time I go to do the job? That doesn't sound realistic. Something more realistic would be like, oh, I apply to get the job, and I can go to the job whenever I want. Or whenever, you know, like, Nintendo, you really need to learn about the online. Actually, no, hold on. I was about to make the conclusion, but I completely forgot about a whole other aspect. And that involves this bad boy. The mobile phone. Lawyer's voice app on here. Oh, Reggie Fils-Aimé, he triggered me when he said, well, you know, you always have a phone no matter where you go. So it made the most sense to put the voice chat app on the phone. Yeah, but if you're playing on the Nintendo Switch, you would also figure that the Nintendo Switch is also with you wherever you go. If you're playing online on the Nintendo Switch, you have the Switch. And what's the point? Okay, so you want to do voice chat, right? You want to use a wired headset. You can plug it into the Switch and have it like this. You're going to have the headset plug in, perfect. But now, you got to have a phone, so you got to either put it on a table or put it in your pocket. If you're out in public, it's really weird. Like, why not just have you able to use the Switch as native voice chat? And don't you dare tell me it's not possible, because it is. Games have proven that. So why is that the case? Why can't I talk to people natively on the Switch? You know, and it doesn't have to be friends. Like this, I've never used the voice chat app, so I personally don't understand it. Does it have to be friends? Because from what I understand, is you go into the app and you invite your friends to a party on your phone. Which is cool, whatever, you have a party, whatever. But is it limited to friends? So if you're in a lobby with Salmon Run people, if people playing Salmon Run who are strangers, it would make sense to have native voice chat so that you can communicate with the people who are also in that lobby, in that game with you in Salmon Run. You know, or other cooperative game, like I said, Splatoon. That's another one that makes sense. You know, like, why is that not there? You get what I mean? Like, it makes no sense. So now I'm going to make a conclusion to this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. I know it's a bit of a ranty video, but it was just a topic that I need talking about. And since Switch Online has been out for a year now, there's not many improvements to it, and I think there's even rumblings about raising the price to offer more, better content. I personally think that maybe with the exception of the NES and SNES games, the service should be free. And then, if you want better online, maybe then you pay a little bit for it. But if you're happy, like if you were happy, ow, I just hit myself in the face. But if you were happy with the with the Nintendo Switch Online before you had to start paying for it, then they should just offer that for free. Basically, what they offered before they started the online service, so pre-NES Online, that should be free, And then they should have another service that improves the quality of your online play, adds the NES and SNES games, and hell, maybe N64 and GameCube games. That would be nice. Or Game Boy Advance games. If you're not going to give us N64 and GameCube games, at least give us like Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. Like, give us those at least. Like, really, it's maddening. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.